Yeah, I'm refreshing. It says we're live. Okay, sweet. Amazing. Thank you for everyone. Sorry for the little glitch. We had a little bit of a challenge going from StreamYard to YouTube, but we're on now live. It's Friday, February 6th. It's 10:03 a.m. Eastern. We're a few minutes behind, but hey, that's okay. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for everyone for tuning in, especially the people that live Toronto GTA. You woke up to some snow this morning and icy and slippery roads. So hopefully you're getting to where you need to be safe. For those that don't know me, my name is Stephen Kim, team lead real estate broker of the Stephen Kim Group in Toronto, Ontario, the GTA. I've had this incredible team for about 5 years, and we've failed a lot. We've won a lot. Most importantly, we've learned a lot. I personally have been a real estate broker for almost 15 and a half years, and a Tom Ferry coach for 5 years, former elementary school teacher for 16 years. So it is in my DNA to coach, to train, and to help those. And for me, it's all about impact. So if there's one thing that I absolutely love is if you take one thing away for the next 20, 25 minutes and you can implement it into your business and it helps you, that's awesome. This game is all about impact for me. And so this year, I'm going to commit to every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern to go 20, 30 minutes live on YouTube to break down some of the things that have absolutely helped to propel my business, our business. And I'm really, really excited. I have some really amazing guest speakers who are gurus in their own right to come and share Friday at 10 a.m. So do me a quick favor, just in the comments right now, just let me know where you're from. I just want to know where everyone's tuning in from. I think we got one person from the Philippines. We got some people from the US. We have some people in Canada. So the next 10, 20 seconds, do me a favor. Raymond Ha, huge up in York region, the house team. Which is amazing. But just drop some comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. That would be amazing. If you're driving, don't text and drive, obviously. Toronto, Sedge Park, amazing. Portugal, what? That's crazy. That's amazing. Toronto, baby. Oshawa, Ontario, amazing. Hey, one quick thing too. We're trying to build this incredible community, and I just want to do a quick little shout out to some of the people in our community. Massive congratulations going out to the Boyle team, Shauna and Julie, that were top producers, top performers in Q4. Who do we have? We have Kwa Lee as well. So just huge shout out to them, and Sharif Nathu. Great job, guys. Great job. Okay, let's get right into it. It's 10:05. I just need about 20, 25 minutes of your time. Today, I want to break down how you can make an extra $100,000 in the next 100 days. And someone like me who's still a practitioner in the business, and I still coach people and agents around the world on how to produce more money, I'm going to tell you, it's not sexy, it's not easy, but it requires discipline and consistency. And I'm going to give you that blueprint. I'm going to give you the blueprint of literally how to make at least $100,000 in the next 100 days. But you got to stay consistent. So everyone ready? Awesome. Okay, so let's get right into it. So make an extra 100K this year using the 3-2-1 formula. And I'm pretty happy because this is a formula that I created. And it's proven. It's proven because it's something that I've actually put into practice that works. Now, don't stop at 100 days if it's working. If you make 100,000 in 60 days, keep going, right? That's the goal of what we're trying to do right now, right? This real estate business, it's a game, right? And we have to figure out how to win the game. And what I know is winning the game requires a level of consistency and discipline in the things that work. You with me? Okay, awesome. So let's get right into it. So make an extra 100K this year. Number one, the 3-2-1 formula consists of this. Home equity reports, 3 home equity reports. 2 stands for the 2 new contacts added into your database daily. And then the third one is 1 new real estate appointment per day. So the 3-2-1 is this: 3 home equity reports every single day for the next 100 days, 2 new contacts added into your database daily. And yes, you need a CRM. And for those that ask, hey, what CRM is the best one to use? Use the one that you know how to use. Use the one that you'll stay consistent on. So there's 2 CRMs that I actually use. I use Lofty, and I've adopted that in the past couple of years. But my OG CRM is Exact Contact. And you're probably like, I've never heard of that before. Most people have it. but I know that CRM like the back of my hand. It's old, it's a little bit antiquated, but I'm an expert on that. So the CRM you use is the CRM that you use. And the last one is this. And my first week in real estate, I had a real estate mentor in his 80s, and he simply said this to me. He's like, Steve, you haven't worked a day in real estate until you've booked one real estate appointment per day. And he's like, what you need to do is when you wake up in the morning, your target should be to book that one real estate appointment. After you've booked the real estate appointment, go do whatever you want to do. Go golf for like 6 to 8 hours like Sedge Park. Go to the spa, go shopping, go eat, go wherever you need to go. But you can't do that. You can't reward yourself with that unless you booked one real estate appointment per day. Okay, amazing. Moving on. You got to send out 3 of these per day for the next 100 days. So here, we have some people zooming in, tuning in from the US and from Canada. In Portugal, sorry, I'm not sure what platform they use there for instantaneous home evaluations. So in the US, there's the giant called Zillow, and every consumer can go on and type in their home address and get a zestimate of what their home would most likely sell for as it is today, currently on the market. In Ontario, we have a platform called House Sigma. A lot of clients use it, a lot of agents use it, and they can type in their home address and they can figure out what the evaluation is. So here I took a little screenshot. This is a property. This is from a couple of years ago, 466 Luzon Crescent, Fairview, Mississauga. It was listed for just under $1 million. And you can see here, I circled this. The estimated price is $1.17 million, right? It was sold back in 2021 for $1.2 million, right? So the equity gained here is about $168,000, right? So now knowing this, right, what can we do, right? We have to understand that our clients are utilizing platforms like this, but they don't have what we have. And what do we have? We have boots on the ground experience. We're talking to listing agents. We're talking to co-op agents. We're studying and paying attention to the market dynamics. We're watching the market watch tables. We're not just simply taking a home address and pumping it into a platform and wishing the algorithm pumps it out. Right? Just a quick show of hands. How many of you have actually done this before? Because my team and I, we do this quite consistently. We take a screenshot of what House Sigma says our listing is going to sell for. And then after we sell it, what's great is we sell it for higher than what the home evaluation algorithm does in House Sigma. And what we do is we actually send it to our clients. Just a quick show of hands. How many of you do that? And if you don't do that, how many of you have just learned one new cool hack? Right? Because if our clients are on sites like this, they're literally trying to bypass having a conversation with us. What value can we bring? And you have to think about it. Well, the value that we can bring is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I can sell your home for more than what this home site is evaluating it at. Right? And that's the concept of this. So there's something in real estate called MOFR, M-O-F-R, and it stands for Make Offer for an Immediate Response. So what can I get in front of a client right now, whether it's cold, warm, or hot? I don't care. This works for all of them, wherever they are in the lead funnel. You got to create a MOFR, Make Offer for an Immediate Response. So I think about a geofarm, and I was talking to Sedge Park about this when he was like, hey, I want to hit WOA. And I said, okay, well, there's 2 giants there, Jeff Macko and Monica Thapar. But I said, if you do it consistently, you're going to start to gain traction between month 12 to 18. So yeah, that's right. A year to year and a half is when you're going to start to get something from the geofarm. That's not a MOFR offer, but that's more of a long play. Plant the seeds and germinate and watch it grow. But what can we do in real estate right now? An offering that gets someone to respond. You'll notice it's make offer for an immediate response, not make offer for an immediate appointment. I just want to know where that client or lead is right now. I need for them to respond. And how many of you in real estate feel me on this? The pain of chasing leads. Right? We've all heard this. Tom Ferry, all the big gurus talk about this. Your fortune is made in the follow-up. Follow-up is not sexy. And we know we need to follow up with a lead 7 to 13 times before they do anything. But maybe it's the offer. Maybe we need to take a look at what is the offer we are sending out to people Is it even of value to them? And if it's not, that's why we might be chasing them all of the time. So this is a great make offer for immediate response. And I've broken it down into 3 sections. What I want you to do is 3 clients that you know, 3 referrals that you know, 3 doors that you know, 3 doors that you don't know. I want you to do this every single day for the next 100 days. And it's not hard. I want you to go into House Sigma or Zillow, and I want you to take a screenshot of a client's home and send it to them. Now, here's the MOFR. A, B, and C is the MOFR. Remember, I just want a response from you. That's all I want. Number 1 is, and this is taken from Jimmy Mackin, Listing Leads. Hey, name, I was on Zillow, House Sigma earlier today checking out your home. Since you bought the house in blank in 2021, 2022, 2016, 1940, whatever, Zillow House Sigma estimates your value has increased by, tell them what it is. Your current estimate is this. I have my own opinions and would love to hear your thoughts. This is where it gets real sexy. I love these MOFR ones because this is what gets the response. Now, if you've been in real estate space, you've gone to a Jimmy Mackin web seminar, you've seen Tom Ferry, we've seen 1A before. That's not a surprise. But what's awesome is this. What about this? You send the screenshot to a client, to a referral, to a house that you know, to a house that you don't know, and you simply say this. I have a client looking to buy your home. Would you sell? The power of that statement, I have a client for your home, would you sell, is a MOFR. It's going to be yes or no. And it's going to be yes or no based on that screenshot you just sent to them. Now, if you can do this sequentially, and what I mean by that is, hey, I'm going to say A, this is what House Sigma Zillow says your home's worth. I have my own opinion on it. I'd love to know your thoughts. If they give you thoughts, then maybe you hit them with the B to be like, awesome. I actually have a client looking to buy your home. Would you sell? Now, all of you are going to be like, yeah, well, Steve, that might be shady. That might be sketchy because I may not have a buyer. Are you kidding me? Right now in this market, if you're having a tough time finding a buyer, I think that's a you issue. And this is going to require a little bit of introspection, self-reflection to be like, okay, maybe, Steve, I'm not doing the things that I need to be doing because there are an inordinate number of buyers in the market right now. There have always been an inordinate number of buyers. Would we agree on that? We have never been in a market where we've had no buyers. We've been in a market where we don't have as many listings. That's fine. But we have never been in a market where there have not been any buyers. So even if you don't have a buyer for that specific home on 123 Main Street, what could I do to go get some buyers? I could fish this out to my database to say, hey, there's a great property at 123 Main Street. Do you or anyone you know are looking for a house like this? Could I go to my brokerage of like 500, 1,000, 32,000 agents to be like, hey, I have this listing. Do you have a buyer for this? You could go to your network of agents you've done past deals with. You could door knock the community, especially if it's a move-up style of home. So this concept of, well, I don't know where the buyer is, you can fix that. You know what to do, okay? This is awesome. This is the one that really, really gets me excited. They all get me excited, but this is the one that gets me really, really excited because I've done this multiple times. So I shared with you at the very beginning, before we list your home, I'm going to send you a screenshot of a House Sigma, what the valuation is. After we sell the home, we're like, hey, we just sold your house for 60, 70, 100, $200,000 more. So this is a proven method. 1C is a proven method. And this is the text. Remember, so the entry point is take a screenshot of their House Sigma Zillow home, send it to them. A, hey, I have my thoughts on this, right? Now, if it's a hot market and there aren't a lot of listings right now, you slide right into C and you would say, hey, Mr. Mrs. Seller, would you sell your home for 5% more than what Zillow/House Sigma estimates its current value to be? I'll say that again. Would you sell your home for 5% more than what Zillow/House Sigma estimates its current value to be? Think about that. 5% more. So if they say, hey, my home is going to be worth $1 million, $1 million, right? 5% more on $1 million is $50,000, right? So would you sell it for $1,050,000? That elicits a yes or no. And I'm going to say that elicits a yes or no faster than A. And faster than 1A, because it gets them putting a dollar value that you can get, most likely guarantee in the market. Because sellers are savvy right now, wouldn't we agree? So, hey, listing agent, you're going to come through, but you're going to give me probably a house or a price that I want to hear, and you're going to beat me down on price, and then we're going to end off here. But if simply my guarantee is this, I can get you 5% more on what House Sigma Zillow is saying, would you sell your home? That is an absolute killer mofer. That is an absolute incredible make an offer for an immediate response, because it gets them saying yes or no for 5% more. Now, this is where a little bit of work comes on your end. You have to do the work. You have to do your CMAs and evaluations to ensure that you can cover that 5% spread. And the reason why you need to cover a 5% spread is, worst case scenario, they sell their home for 5% more, and that's your service fee. So whatever House Sigma says, hey, it's $1 million, 5% more, well, at least that covers the service fee, right? It's been in our experience, though, our team and I, we're doing anywhere from about 8 to 12% more than House Sigma, and you got to test that. So the next listing that you have, maybe the listing you have right now, go do it. Take a screenshot of the listing for your own records, and then when you sell it for higher than that, share that with your client. It is an incredible hack, and it helps for you to build authority. Now, I had an agent this week being like, yeah, but it takes me an hour to do a CMA. Yeah, but if I'm doing 3 a day for the next 100 days, it's not going to take you an hour on your 290th CMA. It may take you 10 minutes, right? So it's just starting now, putting in the work, staying consistent and disciplined, and it just being really, really easy for you as the days and weeks roll through, right? So I'm going to stop right there. What objections do you have to this? We have about 30 people on live, and this is incredible. What objections do you have to this? And if you don't know this about me, I am an objection handling master. I was on Summit stage 2 years ago in front of 6,500 agents, and it was me versus Tom Ferry's new AI platform. And I beat it. I beat it by questioning. So just in the comments right now, do you have an objection? If you don't have an objection, maybe it's words of encouragement. How many of you would actually do this? Just 3 a day. How many of you would actually do this? Let me see in the comments below, because I see the let's go, LFG, let's freaking go. What objection do you have about this? Or what do you like about this? SamF658, he says, I would do it. I love that. Amazing. And Sam, I'm going to say this. It's great that you want to do it, but staying consistent with this is finding an accountability partner. That's where the magic is. So find someone that every single day you're going to send 3 a day to that person. She or he's going to send 3 a day to you, and they'll send it off to your clients. Sedge Park says next week, let's go. So Sedge, I'm going to say this. Instead of next week, why not later today? Right? Why not later today? Rocky Dow says, what if the House Sigma estimate is too high? Awesome. I love that. Rocky, then don't send out the 5% if you know you can't get the 5%. What I would focus in on is 1A. Hey, this is what House Sigma says. I'd love to know your thoughts about it, because this is the hack, Rocky. This is the hack. What happens if they're like, that is a crazy awesome price, Rocky. At that price, I would sell. Isn't that the mofer, though? I just need the response. So if they would sell at that price, and we've all heard this before, hey, we do flyers in our Geo Farm with a QR code that says, hey, at what price would you become a home seller? They're telling you right now, without you asking the question, that's the price I become a home seller. And then it requires you, Rocky, to sit with them to be like, hey, I love that. Share with me. What does that number mean for you? Remember, we convert with the questions that we ask. So if someone says, if you know, hey, the house is worth $1 million, and they said, and House Sigma says it's going to be $1.4 million, great, Rocky. Share with me, what does 1.4 million mean to you? And then explore what that means. Make sense? Becker says, objection, we are not considering to sell and don't need an evaluation. I love that, Becker. Guess what? Becker, can I ask you, what's the number one question every homeowner has, but is too afraid to ask an agent? What's my home worth? Why do they not want to ask you for that evaluation? Do we all know why they don't want us to give it to them? They don't want to be sold. That's it. But if now you're in the business of simply giving people what they want without having them ask for it, you are incredible. You are an agent of value. Okay. Becker says, objection number 2, another agent told me they can get even more. Amazing. Can you share with me, Becker? What was their marketing plan? What does their marketing plan look like for them to get 5, 6, 4 points, whatever case, more than what the market is commanding? Because what I want to caution you, Becker, is this: right now in our industry, there's something called buying your listing. And what that means is you might meet with an agent that's going to give you a price higher than every other agent. But I caution you on this because we all have access to the same data. And if we all have access to the same data, what is it that they're doing to squeeze more out of a buyer? Because wouldn't you agree a buyer right now is not going to overpay for a single property? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's right. So that's what we call buying the listing. So that I'm going to give you a high price so that I get your listing, and then I'm going to beat you down on price. Make sense? Okay. For the sake of time, I want to keep going through the slides. I will wait at the very end for any questions that you have. Okay. Number 2 is 2 new contacts per day. Now, you and I both know your CRM currently, as it stands, is scary. It's scary, right? There are names there that you have no idea who they are, where they came from, missing phone numbers, missing addresses, missing emails, missing notes. I want you to do this. I want you to go through your CRM for the next 100 days, and I want you cleaning it up. So I want this to be the extension. Fix 2 new contacts, add two new contacts. I'll say it again. Fix 2 contacts, add 2 new contacts. So this is something called a memory jogger. There's about 130 questions here, and in total, there's about 200. And if you want, what you can do is in the comments, if you want the full memory jogger, just type in memory jogger. And what I'll do is I'll send it your way. Memory jogger in an email, and I'll actually email it to you this weekend. But your business, the growth of your business depends on one thing and one thing only in real estate. I'll say it again. The growth of your business depends on one thing and one thing only in your business. It is how many new contacts are you adding into your CRM? That's simply it. So if you went from 300 in 2025, and by 2026, if you added in 10 new people and you're at 310, you haven't experienced much growth in your business. I'll tell you that right now. Almost 16 years in the business. I coach some of the biggest teams in North America. That is the target. You got to continually add new people into your CRM daily. Now, you're going to say, well, what are the things that I need in my my CRM? Number 1 is you need their full name. Okay. Full name, not like Miss Cupcake 69 hodgepodge superstar. No, you need their full name. You need their correct phone number. You need their correct email. If they're renting or they own a home, you need their email address. Or sorry, you need their home address, right? And then the fifth component is miscellaneous. And what I mean by that is, what are the talking points for your next call? So as I talk to someone new and I'm like, okay, I got this contact information. I literally look at number 5 and I'm like, okay, what is my entry point for the next conversation? And that's number 5. So that's full name, phone number, email, home address, and then the next talk about thing. So if I go through this 2 new contacts a day, look at this and figure out how many of this is not in your CRM. Like currently right now, do all of you have every single one of your family members in your CRM? The answer is no, you don't. I know that. Why? Because I talk to and coach a lot of agents. What about this? What about the names of your partners or your spouse's family? Are they all in your CRM? No. What about the extended family? Your best friend, your spouse's best friend, your close friends, your university, high school, elementary friends? What about people from your church? What about people that from your previous work experience, your previous job? I was a former elementary school teacher. Do I have all of my colleagues in my CRM? I don't, because I lost touch with them, right? And that's on me. What about some of your favorite teachers' names, your coaches' names, your principals, your dentists, your doctors, optometrists, your hair? But there's so many places to go to find contact information. And guess what? They're going to give you the contact information, right? No one's going to say on this list, and this list, no one's going to say no to you. I promise you that. If anyone says no to you about you adding them into our CRM so that you can give them great market knowledge, some great insights, some cool things that are happening in the neighborhood, for every person that says no, I'll give you $10. Because I'll tell you, in 16 and a half years, when I've gone to all of these people, it's always been a unanimous yes. So you just got to do it. So let's break it down. 3 CMAs, 3 home equity reports every single day. You're editing 2 contacts in your CRM, and you're adding 2 new contacts to your CRM per day. And then ultimately, it leads to this. You got to book 1 real estate appointment every single day without fail. You must do this. And what's crazy is I get this question a lot. Steve, what's considered a real estate appointment? So here, I just broke down the 5, right? Number 1 is listing appointment. And you've heard this saying in real estate, you got to list to last. And if you're not consistently getting in front of homeowners, sellers in your business, you're probably really tired, aren't you? Chasing buyers, going at 800 showings with them dipping the toe in the water and then taking their toe out of the water. But a seller who's committed to the process will sell as long as you get them the price that you discussed. So number 1 is the best real estate appointment is a listing appointment. The second best real estate appointment is a buyer consultation or a buyer discovery call or a buyer walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, right? That is really, really important. And I say this to even my team right now. That buyer consultation right now is like shooting fish in a barrel because there are so many buyers. And I say this to a lot of people, and I don't say this to be cocky or arrogant. If you have a buyer client and your buyer client comes to my open house or my team's open house, I'm going to tell you right now, I will do everything in my power so that they now become my buyer client. Because what I know is most likely there's no buyer representation agreement put in place. And what I know is our buyer discovery, our buyer journey is probably a little bit better than the average agent. Heck, let's be real. I'm not going to play small. It's a lot better. It is a lot better than the average agent. Because one of the things we consistently hear at an open house from a buyer whose agent's not there because maybe they're too busy or whatever the case may be is, wow, you guys are different. You girls are different. And I'll tell you right now, different right now in the professional setting wins a lot of business. So in your buyer consultation, your buyer discovery, your buyer journey, what is so good? What is so different about you that has your clients not wanting to leave you? I'll say that again. What is so good in your buyer discovery, buyer consultation, buyer journey that's so good that your buyer does not want to leave you? And if you're sitting here staring at me being like, I don't know, let's focus in on that. And maybe that's going to be another live, in a couple of weeks, is how to make your buyer discovery journey just so rock solid. Because there are, again, like I said, an inordinate number of buyers. The third one is this, a first-time buyer showing. So I've done the buyer consultation, and now they've committed to now going to see a property with me. Well, I count that as another new appointment. But if they want to go for a second round, third round, fourth round, those don't count as new appointments again, because now you've already built authority and trust. The fourth one is this, the CMA review. And I can't downplay this. I can't bring this to light enough. The CMA review right now, especially if you're in the Toronto GTA where most neighborhoods are in a depressed state, this is a killer. This starts a great conversation. They may not sell now, but what I can tell you is this. Hey, I bought at the height of the market. Okay, so if I could guarantee that you would get your home, or I could sell your home for what you paid for back in 2021, 2022, would you move? Well, yeah. Where would you move? And that's the big kicker. They got to envision themselves of where they're going. If you're sitting with the seller and they haven't said to you, hey, Steve, we're thinking about moving here, here, and here, that's a tough one. That's a tough listing presentation. I need to know pain point and then motivation of where to go. And the last one is an investor consult. There aren't too many of those right now because of the state of the investment scene, but there are still great opportunities. Okay. It says live is 29 minutes and 3 seconds. So it's just under 30 minutes, which is great. I just want to say, if you do a 3-2-1 for the next 100 days, and I want you to really, really introspectively take a look at this. If you were to do a 3-2-1 for the next 100 days, drop in the comments below. Share with me what you think your GCI would look like. How much more GCI would you gain by doing a 3-2-1 every single day for the next 100 days? And I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't play small to make others around you feel good about themselves. I'll say that again. Don't play small so that others around you feel good about themselves. Drop in the comments, How much more GCI in the next 100 days do you think this would get for you? I know everyone's thinking. Let me post my comment. Sedge Park says 300 or 150K. I love that. I would say me doing this, 300K. 300K. Sam says at least 100K. I love that. I love that. Now, I don't want to go. I want to respect everyone's Friday. I said I'd go live for a half an hour. We're just over half an hour. If you found value in this, and hopefully you did, do me a favor, just subscribe to the channel because you'll get alerts. And so the thing is, this year, I'm really, really excited because I'm going to have some great guest speakers on here. I am going to share with you tactically, like literally opening up the hood of the car of the things that I do consistently to help us build a 7-figure business, right? And so I just want to say thank you for your time, right? Me sharing, me being able to give back, me seeing impact, me seeing you do well is why I'm doing this. And this is really, really important. So I just want to say thank you for everyone. Becker says 50. Andrew says 302. Rocky says 100K plus. Sedge says 301, which is amazing. If you found value in this, I would love for you to subscribe and keep tuning in. Next Friday, I'm going to go live and I'm going to do something called an AMA. I used to do this during COVID. It's called an Ask Me Anything About My Business. So next Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you found value in this, bring someone along, help them as well. If you're doing well, our target and our goal, our level of impact is to extend that hand and bring someone else up. So next Friday, I'm going to do an AMA, ask me anything about the business, what we do, how we do it. And I will see everyone next Friday. Bundle up. We're in the beginnings of another polar vortex and Toronto GTA. As always, guys, you guys know my slogan: be great, be kind to everyone. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Take care, everyone. Peace.